Hey guys, welcome back to Mind Your Conversions, brought to you by Fibr. If you're new here, this is where we break down the art and science of marketing with our hosts, Liv and Max. They will help you understand marketing better, explore fresh strategies, and most importantly, drive higher conversions. So whether you're a seasoned pro, or even if you're just getting started, you're at the right place.
All right, so it looks like we're diving into landing pages today, specifically A/B testing. We've got a ton of your research here, and wow, you've really been digging deep into this.
It's such a crucial topic,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're just starting out with a website or if you're like a marketing pro, A/B testing can really up your game.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's trying to crack the code on how to get those pages converting, right?
Exactly. And that's what's so cool about A/B testing is like you get to see what really resonates with your audience, what makes them tick.
Okay, so let's break it down. One of the things I'm seeing in your research is how A/B testing actually works in practice. One of the sources uses the example of an online clothing store, so let's go with that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Say it's a store that sells like those really stylish workout clothes,
Okay, I'm picturing it, and they're trying to figure out which landing page will get people to buy more, right?
Exactly. So they create two different versions of their landing page.
Gotcha. So like version A and version B, what kind of things are we changing here?
Well, it could be anything really, but let's say version A has a big like hero image of a group fitness class, everyone's smiling, having a good time. Then version B, it's more of a close-up shot of the fabric, showing how sweat-wicking it is, all the technical details.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. So they're sending some visitors to version A, some to version B.
Right, and they're tracking everything. Do people who see the group fitness picture click shop now more? Or maybe the close-up on the fabric makes people more likely to actually buy something.
So it's about figuring out which version performs better, and then using that information to create a landing page that converts.
Yeah, you're not just guessing, you're using data.
Love it. It's a targeted approach. Now, one thing I'm curious about is, well, a lot of the sources talk about creating a better user experience, but how does that tie into all of this?
Oh, that's a great point. A/B testing isn't just about conversions. It's also about figuring out what might be confusing for visitors,
Yeah, making their experience smoother.
Exactly. Maybe there's a form that's too complicated, or maybe there's just too much text on the page. A/B testing can help you figure those things out.
So a happier visitor is more likely to become a customer. Right. Makes sense to me. But okay, let's talk bottom line for a second. How does A/B testing actually lead to more sales, more revenue?
Well, there's this really interesting case study in your research. It's about Humana,
Yeah.
the healthcare company. They actually saw a massive increase in clicks just by tweaking their homepage banner a little.
Wait, really? What kind of increase are we talking about here?
A 433% increase. They just made the text a bit shorter, added a stronger call to action, and bam.
Whoa. Okay, that's seriously impressive. I mean, if a small change like that can have such a big impact, the possibilities are pretty exciting. But how do we actually go about doing this A/B testing thing? Is there like a step-by-step guide?
There is. One of the sources lays it out really clearly, and it all starts with figuring out your goals. What do you actually want to achieve with your landing page?
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you want more people to sign up for your email list? Download something? Or straight up buy a product?
Exactly. You need to be crystal clear about what you're aiming for.
So we've got our goals figured out. It feels like we're actually building a strategy here, not just, throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Exactly. You need a plan. And that plan starts with data.
Okay, data. What kind of data are we talking about here?
We want to know how people are interacting with your landing page, where they're clicking, how far they scroll, all that good stuff. Analytics tools can tell you a lot.
Oh yeah, I've heard of those heat maps. They're pretty cool. You can actually see where people are looking on the page.
They're super helpful. And once you have that data, you can start forming your hypothesis.
Okay, our hypothesis. That sounds all scientific and stuff.
It kind of is. It's like, based on what you know about your visitors, what changes do you think might make your landing page perform better?
So like, if people are leaving the page before they even get to the buy now button?
Right. Maybe your page is too long. Or maybe your call to action isn't clear enough. Your hypothesis helps you figure out what to test.
Okay, I'm getting it. So we're not just changing things for the sake of changing them. We're using data to back up our decisions.
Exactly. And that's what makes A/B testing so powerful. It's like you're taking the guesswork out of optimization.
I love that. Data-driven decisions. Okay, so now we have our hypothesis. What's next?
Now you create 2 versions of your landing page, one with the change you want to test and one without. And remember, only change one thing at a time.
That was something that stood out to me in the research too. Why is that so important? Why just one change?
Because if you change a bunch of things at once, how will you know which change actually made a difference?
That makes total sense. If everything's different, you can't isolate what worked.
Right, so you run your test, you let the data roll in, and then you analyze the results.
Okay, the results. We're getting to the good part. But how do we know what to look for? There are probably tons of numbers and data points, right?
There are, but don't worry. There are some key metrics that are really important. These are the things that will tell you if your A/B test was a success.
Okay, lay them on me. What are these magic metrics?
All right, first up, click-through rate. You might see it shortened to CTR. Basically, it's how often people are clicking on your links.
Yep.
Like if you have a download now button, what percentage of people are actually clicking on it?
Oh, okay. So if 100 people see my landing page and 10 of them click that button, my click-through rate would be 10%, right?
Yep, you got it. And then there's conversion rate, which is like the holy grail of landing page optimization. It tells you what percentage of visitors actually do what you want them to do on the page.
Okay, so if 100 people land on my page and 5 of them download that free trial, my conversion rate is 5%. It's like we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of what makes a landing page actually work.
Exactly. Conversion rate is king. But there are other important metrics too, like bounce rate.
Bounce rate, I've heard of that. Isn't that like a bad thing if people are bouncing off your page?
It depends. Sometimes people bounce because they found exactly what they needed, you know? But yeah, a high bounce rate can also mean that people are landing on your page and realizing it's not what they're looking for.
So it's about making sure your message is clear from the start, that people aren't landing on the wrong page?
Absolutely. And then there's average session duration.
Oh, so that tells you how long people are sticking around, right? I would guess a longer average session duration is a good sign.
You would guess right. It usually means people are finding your page engaging and informative. But, you know, even with all these metrics, A/B testing isn't always a walk in the park. There are definitely some pitfalls to watch out for.
Oh, I bet. I can just imagine all the things that could go wrong. What are some of the biggest mistakes people make? So what are the big no-nos? What are those A/B testing mistakes that make you cringe?
Okay, so one of the biggest pitfalls I see is people jumping into testing without a clear hypothesis.
So like they're just changing things randomly, hoping for the best.
Basically, you really need to have a reason for making a change. You know, it should be based on data and a clear understanding of what you want to achieve.
It's like we were talking about strategy before, and it feels like this is a perfect example. You can't just wing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And another common mistake, not thinking about mobile users.
Oh, right. These days, everyone's on their phones.
So many people are browsing websites on their phones or tablets, so your landing pages have to look good on those devices too. If someone lands on your page and it's all jumbled up, they're gonna leave.
Yeah, I know I've done that before. You're trying to read something and it's just, impossible.
We've all been there. And remember, we were talking about testing one element at a time.
Yeah, to make sure we know what's actually working.
Well, some people just get way too excited and try to change everything at once, and then they have no idea what made a difference.
It's like that old saying, right? Too many cooks in the kitchen.
That's a good one. It's better to be patient, make one change, see what happens, and then go from there.
Okay, so we've talked about what not to do. Let's get to some success stories, shall we? The research mentions Fibr, that internet company. They had some pretty cool results, right?
They did. They were having trouble getting new customers. So they decided to personalize their landing pages.
Personalize. What do you mean by that?
So, like, if someone was searching for internet service in a specific city, they'd see a landing page that was tailored to that city, you know, even down to the keywords people were using.
Oh, that's smart. It feels like you're speaking directly to that person.
Exactly. And it worked. They got way more customers, and their conversion rates went up too.
Wow. So it's not just about the images or the text on the page, it's about the whole experience, right?
Right. It's about making sure the message resonates with the person who's seeing it. And speaking of great results, remember the Humana example we talked about earlier?
Yeah, the one with the homepage banner tweak.
They just changed a few small things, shortened the text, made the call to action stronger, and they saw a huge jump in clicks.
It's amazing how much of a difference those little things can make.
It really is. And that's what's so exciting about A/B testing. You can constantly be improving. you know?
Yeah. Even if one test doesn't work out, you learn something from it, and you can try something different next time.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
So tell me, what's the first thing you're going to A/B test on your own landing pages?
Ooh, that's a good question. Now I'm thinking about all the possibilities. It's been a great deep dive. I feel like I actually understand A/B testing now.
And that's what we love to hear. Now go out there and start experimenting.
You got it. And hey, if you're listening, let us know how your own A/B tests are going. Maybe you'll inspire the next deep dive.
Thanks for tuning in. That's it for this episode of Mind Your Conversions, brought to you by Fibr. I hope you are leaving with fresh ideas and strategies to take your marketing and your conversions to the next level. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave us a review. Thanks for listening. Until then, take care, and we'll see you next time.